Chapter 918. Samson finally came to his senses. He stood up with great difficulty and said, "I'll cash out your chips immediately. Please wait. Hey Amph, get me another room. I'll be staying another night. I have things to do tomorrow," Wilbur said. "As you wish," Samson replied. Wilbur scoffed and looked at Samson coldly without saying a single word. Samson was sweating profusely. He immediately fled the room. When he returned to his office, he immediately got Sharon to see him. Sharon noticed how distressed he was. She furrowed her brows and said, "What's the matter, Mr. Honard?" "Wilbur Penn. He's a sanctuary-level cultivator," Samson said with gritted teeth. "What?" Sharon could not believe her ears. Why would a sanctuary-level cultivator come to gamble? They should be loaded with cash. A moment later, Sharon said, "We'll have to get Mr. Doone right away. If we're talking sanctuary-level cultivators, even Christopher and the others might not be able to handle him. Mr. Doone is dueling Trevor Penn tomorrow. The other two sanctuary-level cultivators, Logan and Gaston, would surely stay by his side to watch the fight. Christopher can barely fend for himself right now. I don't think it's a good time to get Mr. Doone," Samson said grimly. Sharon furrowed her brows. "Then? What should we do?" After a long while, Samson finally said, "We'll cash in the chips for him first. He said he was planning to stay another night. I'm guessing he is also here to watch the fight. After all, every sanctuary-level cultivator would like to watch a super sanctuary fight. Once Mr. Doone deals with Trevor Penn, we'll get him to deal with that bastard." "What if he runs away?" Sharon asked. Samson sneered. "Even if he runs away, we have Mr. Doone with us. We pay him a few $100 million every year. I'm sure he won't just ignore this. Besides, this Penn guy is a sanctuary-level cultivator. Where can he hide? We will surely find him." Sharon nodded. "You're right. I'll get right to it." Don't offend him for now. Also, keep Tiff hidden too. It would be troublesome if they got together," Samson said. Sharon nodded and left. At the same time, in another room at the hotel, Edward and Jessie were on the couch looking sullen. Their female companions were curled up in the corner of the couch, trembling. They were completely covered in bruises. Their gazes were filled with terror. It was no longer just physical trauma that they had endured, but a mental one as well. Edward said, "How much did you get?" "About 500 million or so. How about you?" Jessie asked. 800 million. Sigh. "We've paid our debts. Let's just go," Jessie said helplessly. Edward looked at him surly. "Go? We've lost so much money, and we're leaving just like that. What do you propose we do? We've lost so much money. If we don't get it back in time, the group will be doomed. We have to win the money back as soon as possible." "Win? How are we going to win the money back?" Truth be told, Jessie no longer dared to gamble with Wilbur anymore. He was completely traumatized. Edward said nastily, "Isn't tomorrow the fight between Styles Doone and Trevor Penn? The outcome is almost determined. We'll bet on Styles winning. If he does, we'll recoup all the money back. If we lose, the hole in our pockets will only grow bigger," Jessie said. Edward glanced at Jessie. "How could we possibly lose? Styles is a super sanctuary-level cultivator. Do you know how the bets are currently carried out? They are betting on how long Trevor can last, and not if he will win or not. If we bet Styles wins within 3 minutes, the stakes are doubled. We'll be rich." "You're right." Jessie's eyes instantly sparkled. Edward snickered. "Once we win the money, we'll each come up with $100 million to get someone to get rid of that bastard." "Are we really going to do that?" Jessie asked in surprise. Edward said sullenly, "I can't lose to him. I'm going to make him kneel before me and beg for mercy. Then, I'll watch him die."